last we left off, the party had settled into a small house just within the walls around the slums of Direwood. Blake's jamming the fuck out. They took some time to rest amidst a heavy storm just after they had once again fought the clockwork spider guardian of the Mages Guild underground labyrinth. This time, in order to obtain diamonds as a component to cast Power Word Truth. The party wasted no time heading... Oh, Jason just subscribed, and I was really confused by the random sound assaulting me. I was like, does Jason have his fucking, his
Unplugged
soundboard again? Oh, really? Okay. Yes, they wasted no time heading directly for Ground Zero. As soon as they had all rested long enough to regain their strength after their fight. On the way, the usual feeling of being watched by the ratling sank in, but whether by luck or something else, the party was left unbothered during this trek. Once they had reached Ground Zero, however, all feelings of being watched, vanished. They were truly and entirely alone toward the center of the city. Before them was a thick hysterium haze, unlike anything they had ever seen before, which was particularly impressive considering they were in the midst of a pretty heavy storm which was dissipating most of the hysterium clouds they had seen throughout the city. This cloud was more persistent. But the reaches of Ground Zero were marked by thin, vein-like cracks in the ground before them. Undeterred, the party pressed on, determined to complete their mission whilst Alistair's spell hid the amulet that had tracked them for so long, unbeknownst to them. The hysterium haze was brutal, whittling Bess and Alistair down rather quickly, while Six and Doran, having some familiarity and protections from the haze, were allowed to keep their wits and their strength about them for some time longer. About halfway to their destination, the center of Ground Zero, the party came across an odd sight. Piles of neatly stacked rubble, massive hysterium crystals growing all about the area, and a single pile of maybe 50 corpses. The corpses looked fresh, but that couldn't be possible given the city collapsed over 15 years ago.
Single pile of maybe 50 corpses.
Perhaps somewhere in the realm
Somewhere
of 50
exactly
corpses.
kind of possibly on the dot 50.
Somewhere around there. Holden didn't actually decide because it didn't matter so much, but we'll say perhaps exactly maybe 50.
51, please.
51 corpses it now is that Doran's is being added to it. The party was curious, but they were good, he says. They were in a hurry, and Doran considered this area, the Ground Zero, that is, holy ground, so he warned everyone not to touch anything and to continue forward. Luckily, they heeded his advice. Continuing toward the center of Ground Zero, the party was guided by mysterious humanoid forms in the humanoid forms.
Humanoid forms.
Humanoids. New race, new homebrew race. Humanoids. These hysterium forms in the
Orvals and humanoids, earthlings.
Where the fuck was I? You guys were led by these humanoid forms of hysterium through the crater, or through Ground Zero, rather. And by Doran's instinct as well, given his connection to the rock. Eventually, however, things were beginning to look bleak, specifically for Bess. Alistair offered to take her back out of the dense hysterium haze of Ground Zero, and Doran and Six continued alone. Bess and Alistair made it out alive, only barely, suffering delusions and great loss to their health on their way out. Saving each other's lives multiple times, but only barely. Doran and Six made it to Ground Zero. A massive dancing white-purple flame... A massive dancing white-purple flame emanated from a large crater in the center. Surrounding that crater was what they had come for. Pure and original hysterium. Smooth hexagonal stones with no glow. But immense power. You good?
What's it come for?
My socks.
Gross.
Yuck.
Doran and Six gathered up more than they needed rather quickly, more of the original hysterium, with only one close call from Doran touching the stone with his bare hands. Doran and Six began to suffer as well from the hysterium, but it made it out of the haze with their lives, rejoining Bess and Alistair. The party landed in a heap of wheezing and aching at the edge of Ground Zero, probably cursing their drive to do whatever they had just done. Then, without warning, as the party wasn't looking, there was some barf, you're right. Without warning, 4 humanoid shapes of hysterium haze took form at the very edge of Ground Zero. They stood there, ostensibly staring at the party. One by one, the hysterium forms burst into the members of the Bronze Toads as they kneeled to them in respect, following Doran's example. And the party had never felt better as they leveled up. Whether they were the souls of the Forgotten in Ground Zero, the rock itself, or some other mysterious presence within Direwood, something had seen their deeds in respect and granted them strength. So, Bronze Toads, with this newfound strength and vitality, you find yourselves in possession of, at the very edge of Ground Zero, as your bodies are rejuvenated but still aching from the experience you just underwent. What would you like to do?
Holden, are we still right near Ground Zero?
You are maybe 10 feet away from Ground Zero. You can still see the veins that kind of mark it in the ground. You guys, we left off as you narrowly exited.
Did you guys get the goods?
If by goods you mean the rocks, yes.
I wouldn't want to call them bads now.
I'm glad to know that we got everything we needed. What else is on our shopping list? Toilet paper?
Soon, because it seems to be selling out of all the stores again. Gosh damn it!
Was there anything else on the list, or do we have everything at this point?
Do you all have a personal effect from the casters?
Doran, is your voice okay?
I'm trying, man!
All right. I think
Sounds pretty good now.
I think do we need a soft reset on the start of the session? I think.
Bess,
What's up?
was there anything else? Was there anything else on our list?
Doran was saying, so the rest of you, everyone just needs a personal effect, a personal token they're willing to give up.
I have my playbook.
I have something. Hopefully, will work.
You're not the caster. I don't think you need anything. You have the questions.
Oh,
I don't think
No,
you guys have
everybody
actually
needed a personal effect.
taken a moment to read the instructions.
Okay,
No,
let's
thoroughly.
roll these.
it's true.
You know you have them. You have several things that I just said the party has that Malcolm gave you. I don't think anyone will have it in their inventories, but would you like to read them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was a good idea.
All right. So the brief is that Malcolm wrote for you. You conjure the knowledge of the universe into one space, a recipient's mind, for just a brief instant, giving them the ability to ask 3 questions, which will be answered to the fullest extent of the knowledge of the cosmos. During the casting of the spell, you inscribe a hexagonal shape of at least huge size on the ground with any material. The diamonds are held in the hands of at least one living person standing at the center of the hexagon, who will act as recipients of the benefits of the spell. Standing on opposite sides of the hexagon as they cast the spell, at least 2 casters will offer up their personal tokens as they perform the ritual. The hysteriums to be placed at the center of the hexagon surrounding the recipient of the spell. Following that, in case you're curious, he did list. He does have a little excerpt he just labeled dangers. I presume you would be interested in that.
Can you write these instructions down for us?
Well, they are written down. I will send them to you guys. I will send them to you, but I will also just read them. I'll read them once here. So that was the brief. I'll read the rest here now, and then Jason's shoulder, and then I'll send them on Discord. The dangers are each caster performing the ritual has a 50% chance of being overwhelmed by the magics involved, instantly dropping to 0 HP and immediately making death saving throws. The more casters
Ugh.
involved, the lower the chance of incurring a god's wrath, as the risk is spread evenly amongst all casters. For instance, 3 casters have a 33% chance each, or 4 have a 25% chance each. The recipient of the spell will have their mind flooded with all of the knowledge of the cosmos momentarily. During this brief process, they must make 3 wisdom saving throws with ascending DCs. Failing 1 will result in 7 days of unconsciousness. Failing 2 will result in their wisdom score decreasing by 1d12 plus 4. Failing all 3 will result in instantaneous and irreversible death, as their very spirit is shattered by the infinite knowledge of the cosmos. And finally, he has a short description. Well, actually, no. The description isn't necessary because that's most of that is in the brief. So I'm going to send that information to you guys over in the general Discord chat now, just below the cat getting a loaf of bread.
We should make a channel dedicated to like tidbits in the game.
That's actually a very good
That'd be good.
idea.
Useful.
I like it when someone says that's actually a really good idea, as in that's not to be expected from you.
Yeah, no, it's me we're talking about here.
There. In the new in-game info text channel, you will find that.
Okay.
Do we know any other casters?
You think we could rally Malcolm into doing it again?
Probably not. Because right now we have a 33% chance of not falling unconscious. I'd like to bring that as low as possible.
I'm calling it now. Doran actually has in-game hiccups, and he's suffering immensely from them. And it is funny.
Not to me!
It's okay. It's okay.
Clara,
buddy.
I heard you laughing heartily in real life, but I couldn't hear you in Discord. That was great. Just a little treat for me.
Not everybody knows about it. It's no longer a treat for you.
No, you didn't hear it.
You're dumb as hell.
Fuck.
Okay.
I'm a caster. Alistair's a caster. Bess is a caster. Do we know any more casters?
Did they send any over from priests?
I don't.
How about at the
Seriously,
church, Doran?
Just have Chris waterboard you. You'll be fine.
Yeah, Doran, what about the other things that you need to say?
I'm not
Very well.
bringing any of the people from priests into God damn it! into a situation that could lead to their death from the church.
Okay.
We
You
could
guys-
tell them it's for something good and then surprise them by death.
Why don't we talk to the Mages Guild?
Or that. That's a better idea.
I mean, do you guys know anyone personally that might know magic and would be willing to help you?
I know of one person who used to be there. I'm not sure if she's still there.
Let's
Besides,
ask the queen to help.
That did run past my I honestly don't really know any magic. I mean, what about the originator? Could we trust him?
I personally can. But the rest is up to you guys.
Well, how long would we have to wait for him to get here?
Oh, then would I know if the originator's a caster? I'm pretty sure he is.
Given your background with him, you know technically yes, but it's not his strong suit.
Okay.
Much more a tinkerer than a caster, but a caster nonetheless.
Where's Sarah when you need her?
In a different campaign?
She is canon in Direwood.
But she is.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nice.
Unless we go somewhere like the Mages Guild, I'm not aware of any other casters.
I look at you incredulously, knowing for a fact you're full of shit, but
I mean, no one's coming to mind.
Do we want to try reaching out to the Mages Guild? I mean, Zimmer used to work with them, and it's possible there are people there who might want to see this work come to fruition.
Yes, but I don't know if I don't know if we could trust them. Basically, if you guys don't trust people, if you yourselves don't trust anyone, I don't think we're gonna bring them in. Is
Can
my
we-
thought process.
Could we get a message to Zelfer?
Yeah, I could send a message to Zelfer.
It might not be a bad idea. Just see how far along he is, where he is.
Not as far along as his pregnant fling, but
If I
Wow.
knew, I'd tell him.
Oh yeah.
Nobody told me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna send a message to Zelfer.
Oh boy. Okay, this
What
is
is
gonna
this?
require a couple of things. Blake, first I gotta take you to Secret Secrets, and then Clara, eventually here, once he's ready, I'm going to pull you in.
Okay.
I think my hiccups are gone for the moment.
Yeah, the thought of having an in-game pregnancy really scared you out of it. Okay, so Zelfer. Now I get to tell you what happened to him. You rode up north with your sister and found a city somewhat like your Zelfer's vague memories. However, it is in disrepair. It is darker. It is a bit more bleak. Your family's home is mostly as you remember it, but poverty is much more widespread, and you know that the ruler, the king, and his family, the royal family, have not been seen in years, many years. Actually, about 15. And you know that since they went into hiding for one reason or another, they A, banned magic use in Ustaria, and B, began ruling more ruthlessly. What was once a nice, relatively prosperous area is now full of poverty and wealth disparity, and while your family has kind of dug out a decent life farming, things aren't great. And I'm sure with Zelfer there and his great magic capabilities, he's improved their lives quite a bit. But it is your sister and your parents. Most things are as you kind of remember them vaguely. And things are okay. The living situation, not awesome, but you're with your family and they are overjoyed to have you back. It took your sister quite a while to explain the situation, and your parents were, of course, dumbfounded. But that is the gist of the situation.
Okay.
Shall I bring Clara in?
Yes.
This will be interesting.
I gotta get back to my voice. Zelfa. Yes.
You just give it a couple ohms. All right, Bess,
Om.
whenever you're ready with the message.
Oh shit, I wasn't ready.
Oh, I should have been more clear. You're supposed to be prepping it while we were in here.
I was talking to Jason and Isaac about what to say.
I know who they are.
Do you need to go back
It's the
for a
other
moment to
guys.
say that again? Or to go back and talk a bit
No,
more? Okay.
It's fine. Let me just think here.
Um.
Om.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Zelfer.
Hello. Zelfa. Welcome.
Claire's fucking clickety-clacking.
Sorry.
Sounds like you're dropping rocks on your microphone. It's really weird.
I'm always dropping them hot
Sorry.
rocks. Them slick beats.
Okay, I got it.
Okay, send it.
Any chance you could come back to help us out? We need an experienced caster, and you are our best bet.
Was there more after any chance you can come back to help us out? That's all I heard.
Oh, yeah, I said any chance you could come back to help us out? We have a need for an experienced caster, and you're our best bet.
You would recognize Bess's voice, of course.
Okay. Yeah, all I heard was, is there any chance you can come back to help us out? And then nothing. And I went, that was a message. Okay. I was like, that was a lot of thought process for that. But props to you. Go balls to the walls. Let's do this.
That's very Zelfer style.
If there's anyone who's going to reach out with that message, hey, you want to come help us out? It's Bess. Where? How long? Sure. Magic's not allowed. I feel wasted. By golly, I love my family, but I'm talented. Send direction? Love me.
Bravo. That was very Zelfer. Bravo. All right. I'll bring you guys back to discuss.
So I asked Zelfer, and he sends his love.
Ah, so that's a no.
No, he said, yes. He says, he loves his family, but his talents are being wasted because I don't think he's allowed to use magic. So he would love to help, but he wants to know what it is and when he's supposed to be here and when he's supposed to be here. The logistics. That's the question.
That is a good question.
You all would know on horseback, the ride to Astaria would be. Let me take a look at my map here. I think
6 weeks.
no.
A
From
year and a month.
Astaria.
Discord up in the background, and I saw the wife dead, clean blood one again. Destroy evidence.
Ustaria and Direwood are approximately 30 miles apart. So by horseback, like moving at a very quick pace, I think you could do that in 1 day. So it could take just 2 days comfortably. Somebody could make it. You don't know if he has a horse anymore, but
But if he gets a pregnant horse, it moves faster because it's 2 horsepower.
I don't think that's how it works.
Nice.
Clara?
I broke Holden.
Clara?
Yeah?
These fucking posts that you sent? They work at the fart factory. I put them into cans.
Well, here's my thought process: is we have to do it somewhere safe, correct? Somewhere where no one's going to interrupt us with knives and guns and weaponry.
Hopefully.
Well, I look around us. I like this spot.
Holden, does it hurt to be this close to the thing?
to hurt like the casting.
Like, we're
is standing,
so
are we
close to
proximity
the
damaged by it?
zero, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, it doesn't hurt. Staying here for a prolonged amount of time could be bad, but there is like where the veins in the ground, the purple cracks begin. There's a very clear start to the border of ground zero. And so that thick hysterium haze is almost kept in somehow. So you're still in Direwood and close to hysterium. Prolonged exposure won't be good, but you're not dying currently, no.
All right, yeah. Then I think this place could be really good.
Oh god, you guys could cast it right now, couldn't you?
Theoretically.
Yeah, you could. You're all set. I think you have everything you need.
We just want another caster.
Yeah.
Well, we need to send another message to your friend, Zelfie?
Zelfie.
And get him
That
to
was
bring
him.
a personal belonging. And,
All right.
probably meet him somewhere and bring him here, or do we want him to meet us here? What is safest for us?
He would. Well, I mean, I'm sure he would appreciate a escort. Sorry, Bess.
No, you're good. That's what I was gonna say.
Alright, so... What, we head off halfway, meet him halfway, and then head back?
That sounds complicated, but yeah, no, it makes sense.
Well, what I wouldn't want is for him to come this way and get kidnapped.
Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely not be in our favor.
Holden, what's the halfway point if we're looking at that?
There are no. Hold on. Do we have? I think I have. One moment. Let's see. Do I have the full map available to you guys anywhere here? I think it's in. I mean, I could just tell you. Between Direwood and Ustaria, there are some woods just north of Direwood. That's where Shinebright is. Beyond that, sparse trees, a relatively flat landscape. There are no marked known cities. No, it's mostly just open path.
Do we think he could make it to Shinebright without running into any problems?
Well, the thugs did from their location, but things have changed a little bit since then.
We're part of the Cloaked Rangers. Why don't we send people out to meet him? That way we aren't traveling with the goods.
That's a good idea. And then, yeah, don't tell them exactly where we are at the moment, but wait until they're a bit closer. I think that's a good idea.
And if he doesn't arrive here in the next day or so, we just say, screw it and cast it anyway.
Did we say it would take 1 day or 2 days, Holden?
1 day if you had a horse and were moving quickly. 2 any other way, really.
Okay, good deal. I'm going to say that we're asking for him within 2 days to bring a personal belonging, and that we'll meet him on the path to Shinebright, or rather, the Cloaked Rangers will meet him.
How far do we want to send them? Also, should he know that that personal item will probably be destroyed?
Yeah, we have to tell him a little bit more about this. Didn't he ask what the spell is for? I'm sorry.
No, he just said what's
You didn't mention
going
the
on.
spell.
He asked for help, and he said he'll come.
He asked what it's for. What do we just say that we're trying to save Commander Light? Do we try to say that we're trying to save Direwood? What are we?
Yeah, he knows who the queen is. We are.
It's a custom spell that uses hysterium.
This is all getting to be really wordy.
That's true. Okay. All right. Basics. Bring an item, a personal item.
I said we want you here in 2 days with a personal belonging that you don't want back.
Okay.
Holden, check disc.
And yeah, how far do we want to send the Rangers? Probably not. I wouldn't say super far because we'd be pulling them away from our people in Shinebright, but a few hours maybe. What do you think, Doran?
Probably meet him halfway.
Halfway? Do you want to send Rangers halfway? Or that's going to pull them away from Shinebright. Do we think that's okay? We could send the Parisians.
I don't know your friend's capabilities.
Gabe, what's that?
He said he doesn't know your friend's capabilities.
Oh.
Ironic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, where did we say the Cloaked Rangers are meeting him? I'm just gonna say Cloaked Rangers will meet him on the path to Shinebright.
Okay, that's fine. I don't think we should send them super far.
I'll let you decide that while I'm writing out the message.
Okay,
So I can keep track of how many spell slots to use.
that sounds fine.
But if you need me to send a few, I can as well.
We'll see.
Well, at this point, how long has it been since she sent a message to Zelfer?
That's a good. Yeah, probably like 5 minutes.
Well, at this point, Zelfer would cast sending because he has the spell. Because he would be waiting.
Good call.
Sorry, Boo. I
Because-
don't mean to keep you waiting.
Well, he doesn't know what's going on in this situation. He was expecting a speedy response. So he would have he would have messaged immediate. He would have waited, going, okay, okay. I was asked to meet them somewhere, and he would have been packing and waiting for direction. And at this point, he would have sent off. Where am I going? I've got my stuff. Do I need anything? Bess?
Let's tell him
Love me.
head to Shine Bright,
Let me know.
and Rangers will meet him along the way somewhere.
I have a message ready. Just wanted to show the cats being in love.
That's adorable.
They're pretty great. They're like on me though. Okay. Bess is gonna say. I'm not counting the words. I'm just gonna mark off 2 spell slots.
Okay.
We want you here in 2 days, please. Oh, here as in Direwood. Let me put that here. Hang on. We want you in. I'm gonna say Shine Bright. Does he know where Shine Bright is? Yeah, he does. We want you in Shine Bright in 2 days, please. Cloaked Rangers will meet you on the path to Shine Bright. Please come with a personal belonging. We are casting a spell that needs multiple casters to eliminate the queen as a threat to the people of Direwood. She has light as a hostage. This spell will eat whatever personal belonging you offer. We miss you.
That would be 3 spells.
Okay, good deal. I can do that.
I
Alright.
have stuff that I like, but we'll give it up for you guys. Much love. Hopefully I
Eggs.
don't die. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.
You mean in 2 days, right?
I don't know if he has a horse.
Wait, didn't you say it'd be a day by horse or 2 days otherwise?
Pretty much. A day by horse if he moved at a quick pace. Zelfer does have 2 horses.
He would basically start heading out immediately.
Would he move at a quick pace?
Yes, and he would
The
cover
quickest.
himself up as much as possible. I'm checking his spells now to see if he can.
Alright. Through these series of spells being slung back and forth 30 miles apart, you guys would know he would mention he will be there tomorrow. It is maybe like 4:30 p.m. by now, so he'll be arriving in the very early evening, but he is set to arrive tomorrow.
Good deal.
It will be good to see him.
So, what will you do now?
Alistair, you want
Well-
to let the Cloaked Rangers know that he's coming?
Yeah,
Good
I
call.
can do that.
Thank you.
Zelfer returns.
Blake's about to have a busy session.
Well,
Yeah, he is.
that depends on a couple of things, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
That depends
This
on
is
if he
where-
makes it.
This is where the DM rolls a couple of dice and he's beset by robbers on the way. He doesn't. He gets killed. He's dead. He's doesn't make it.
Depending on the robbers, that might.
Has he leveled up with us?
Good
Given that
call.
he gave Sam a run for his money and he still has 2 casts of immolation, those robbers
Wow.
would have to be pretty tough to.
Yeah,
Go on.
most robbers, if they were to try to assail him on his way here, Zelfer would be like, So-
But he would cover himself up, knowing this has to do with the queen, and until he gets within vision of Cloaked Rangers, he is unrecognizable. He has covered his face, everything. He looks like someone. No. The second she mentioned the queen, and that's what's going on. Zelfer is extraordinarily intelligent. He is.
Okay.
covering himself.
So, as Zelfer is on his way, you know he will
Just
arrive
because he was
tomorrow.
around during her sneaking around.
What will you guys do?
Can we set up like a tiny hut or whatever it is to essentially be safe until, well, at least for like 24 hours until we can expect
Do you ask that out loud?
me?
Would Six say that out loud?
Oh yes, he's
I think
absolutely.
he ddid.
Alistair gets a shit-eating grin on his face as he's sitting there sketching in his notebook. He goes, "Give me 10 minutes."
Granted. I feel like essentially our job right now is to stay safe, keep our items and the scroll from getting into anyone's hands or out of our hands at this point. And waiting. I don't if we can go into the tiny hut where people can't get into us. Get
Tiny
in
hut.
at us,
No.
or
Think
whatever
bigger.
it is.
I grin and I go,
large hut.
"Oh, I'm getting a mansion treatment."
I've been working on it, and I haven't had it perfectly down until the hysterium people did the thing to us, and it just clicked.
Well,
And I think I can do it.
All right, we'll give you the 10, and we'll see
So-
what happens.
I actually only need one. I was gonna spend the other 9 sketching.
Okay.
You don't have to tell us that.
Guys, I swear this is the part of the spell.
Yeah. You must spend 10 minutes sketching in your notebook.
No,
Why?
Isaac, is that just for flavor, or do you actually need a little more time to think it up?
Oh no, I've got it. That was just for flavor.
Okay, then yeah, if you guys are willing to wait, Alistair will spend another few minutes sketching out his ideas, and he's like uproariously like page after page, like yep, and then that one's this way, and this is this way, going through it.
Do we want it here?
Does it take up space? I mean, does it take up physical space?
No, it's extra dimensional.
Okay. Then anywhere sounds fine.
As long as it doesn't cross that line and I point at the line that's not supposed to cross.
I will face it away from the line so that if it does build outward in another plane, it'll be.
Well, basically, you need some physical object to tie it to my understanding, to use as a door of some kind or to use as some sort of entrance/exit. Other than that, it can be whatever
I
the
thought
fuck
the
you
entrance and exit was just there.
want. Does it just magically appear? Let me
I'm
check the
pretty
spell.
sure that once you close the entrance, it becomes completely invisible.
Let me
See,
see.
that's handy. That's handy AF.
I'm not giving you a handy.
No, yeah, okay, that must just been a
Yep, I
different
choose where
flavoring.
it's located. Shimmers faintly. It's 5 feet wide, 10 feet tall.
Door just, yeah, okay. Then, once Alistair is finished, it sounds like the party has come to a consensus that, yeah, right here's fine. Alistair, you face away from the ground zero. And,
Just in case it does actually build out a building in a different dimension. I don't want to
yeah,
cross the streams, as they say.
but you're casting Magnificent Mansion here?
Yep, I forgot to
Alrighty.
put it in my spellbook because I've been working on the
That's just
MS
fine.
Paint version.
That's okay. You all watch as Alistair puts some finishing touches on a few sketches. He gives them all one more glance over, puts his book away, closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, concentrates, and you watch. He extends his hands forward and begins weaving. And at first nothing happens, but then his hands begin to glow, and that glow emanates from his hands, pushing forward about 10 feet or so. And you watch as his arcane weaving turns to a rectangular shape as he lifts both his hands, and two pillars of light begin to form where he is pointing, where his hands are extending toward. And they go about 10 feet up, and then he completes the rectangle, and suddenly there's a shimmering 10-foot tall, 5-foot wide door before you.
I would designate all of them, obviously,
Of course.
as people who could enter.
Eyebrows raised.
Yep. Alistair, you open your eyes, and you've done it.
He
Six
like
turns.
claps his hands together. He's like, yeah.
Six turns to the camera and says, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it." And then the Ferris Bueller theme starts playing, and he heads toward the entrance of the mansion.
Heading towards the entrance of the mansion. Hey, what a silly situation, right? You wouldn't believe it, but that's me.
You're wondering how I got here.
Yeah.
I look at where he's looking and I scratch my head, very confused onto what's going on with Six.
As everybody's suffering more paranoia from the hysterium. I imagine you all enter. the magnificent
we do.
mansion. As you all enter,
Doran's just waving his hands wherever Six was looking.
as you all enter this shimmering door, you do not see it, but Alistair, you know, behind you, it's gone.
Good.
That was a good sound effect too.
That
And
was
That
really
kinda-
good.
and
I've heard
Alistair, Isaac, as this is your mansion, until you guys are out, you're basically a DM. What do they see?
Fucking awesome.
That's right. That's right.
I have actually made it so that the entrance is the banquet hall. So straight ahead is a giant dark oak table, absolutely filled with any food of your imagination. I'm assuming that's okay. It does say a 9-course meal for 100 people, so
For the purposes of this, yeah.
okay, good.
That's a lot of food. Wow. We could. Can you cast this once a day? Like at Shine Bright, we could feed everybody.
If I don't end up using a biggest spell in place of this, like if I don't end up casting a massive fireball and just cast a very big one, then yeah, I could cast this once a day every night.
Wow. All right. Anyway, cool.
But yeah, we all have our own individual king-size rooms on the top floor, and you guys notice 2 giant grand gold staircases leading up to a second floor on either side, kind of like banquet hall staircases.
Beautiful.
There's the
yes.
we have, you know, the amenities, bathrooms in each room, and of course the spa and pool down here. Each one of us, I believe, there's 4 of us, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Each person gets 20 servants, so have fun with that.
I like that you didn't choose their sexes for us as.
No, you guys get to choose that. I wink at Doran.
All right. Well,
For you and Doran as well, I say to Six, there is actually for all of us now that I'm thinking about it, there is a cathedral room.
oh, very nice.
For any religion. I know there's only 2. Well, actually, we're kind of all into the same.
I
No,
touch
there's
my
2.
chest. I touch my chest. My cathedral kind of goes with me wherever I go.
Yeah, well, now there's a designated room.
For your church on the go, and now I point at the camera.
There you go. I have a strange and quick question, Alistair. Can you something like a library? Can you make a library with books?
Oh, you
are
mean the
we
third
able
floor?
Are we able to read the books? Like, how does that? How does
That's a
that
good
work?
question, actual DM.
Like, could
Well,
we do
it sounds
research
like-
in the library or something?
No, it sounds like
Okay.
he's already thought up a library on the 3rd floor, and that library would be composed of it could be composed of any book he has ever read or thought up. So
Okay.
it's to Alistair's knowledge.
The 3rd floor
got
is just one room with one single bookshelf.
One book.
And then again, it would also be to his choosing. So if there are any books he'd read or research he'd done or anything he'd ever written down that he didn't want in there, it wouldn't be. So
Yeah, can I actually retcon
Okay.
the library?
Absolutely.
it's your spell, dude.
Okay.
You say that you mean the
Uh,
3rd floor, and
the
Six
room
gets
we're
all
in.
excited, and you're like, just kidding. There's no library.
Yeah, there's I can't manifest books I haven't read. So
Understood. Is there any prep
I mean-
that we need to?
You
Can you
can.
manifest books you have read?
You can manifest books you haven't read, but you would be making it all up. So.
how to cook potatoes perfectly. Step 1, crack an egg.
Say you can't manifest books you haven't read. Can you manifest books you have read?
Probably.
The
I don't know
endings
if I
might be
can
wrong
after I cast the spell though. I'm gonna try
Anyway.
to conjure a book that I've read before.
Okay. You stand there and try to conjure it, and that does not happen. But being that you are the caster, the servants understand your command, and though nobody can see it, or do you have a visual for the servants at all?
No, I did not find one because
Then,
I focused more on the rooms and the layout than the servants.
as you try to conjure it, nothing happens. You close your eyes and try to concentrate some more, and then the rest of you watch as his eyes are closed. An invisible force brings over a book and places it in his hand, and then you have a book in your hand.
Yes, I can.
I honestly thought you were going to say the servants, knowing what you want, go to the typewriter and.
You can just see someone scribing really quickly. And
Typewriter's on
Doran
fire.
Doran goes, man, I'm really glad they're not real people, because, man, you're a bitch.
Oh, that'd be fucking terrible.
Hey, I really want to read this book. We don't have that book in the mansion.
Start typing.
Uh, I want it. Walk away.
Are there any spaces that we need as far as like preparation or anything? I mean, we've read the spell. Do we
You should come up with
can
questions.
we practice anything? Okay, that's great. We should have the
Holden.
questions. Yeah.
Could we cast the spell in here?
Theoretically. Extra planar, but you are still in a plane. Yeah.
Wow. Does that change the way it's gonna work?
We could cast the spell in here.
I guess we could.
The
You don't know the
courtyard's big enough.
ramifications of that, but theoretically, yeah, why not?
We aren't on the material plane, but
Well, okay, do we know if that's a bad move?
I have no idea. I could ask Malcolm.
Is the spell in any way tied to the plane that it's being cast on? Like, if the answers don't exist in another plane, would the spell fail and backfire or something?
I don't think it would.
Bess,
Okay.
you are the one who spent the most time actually looking over the scroll yourself. Roll an Arcana check for me.
Didn't it say that throughout the cosmos? And I'm pretty sure the cosmos encompasses every... I don't know anything about anything, though.
Okay,
so...
a 19. Alistair
Nice
mentions
check.
that, and you think, actually, yeah, probably. Nothing in the scroll said it had to be on the material plane, and you agree with his line of thought that, theoretically, if it encompasses everything, every plane, all the cosmos, there should be nothing wrong with casting it in here.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it's an option. I don't know if it's a good option.
It's
Well,
a
we'll-
surefire way that's 100% guarantee that the queen can't be here. Once those doors are shut, nobody can get in.
We'll have to cast it once more tomorrow. I believe we're expecting Zelfer in more than 24 hours, probably. So we could, the next time you cast it, you can like designate a space, right? You could give us just
Of course.
a open room type of thing. Okay.
Don't miss out on the courtyard, though. There's many pretty flowers there.
I would definitely take a walk through the courtyard.
All
If
right.
there's an observatory, I would take a moment to look at the sky as well this evening.
Alistair, when he takes a moment to look out at the sky, what does he see?
If you're actually looking for the real sky, I have this in the actual document. I have
believe
a simulation room.
Nice.
So,
that
if you were to just look outside, quote unquote, there's probably just blackness, but you have a simulation, you have a room where that simulates like a night sky.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very cool. All right.
I
Alright.
have it written so that I don't know if this is allowed, but I have it matching the time of day outside.
It's not allowed. I mean, you would know the approximate location. It's the very approximate time of day. It's probably not perfect, but it's damn close.
Nice. I love
He's-
this spell so much.
He's looking at his wrist constantly while he's in this mansion.
What time is it? Fuck.
Here's another question as far as the questions that we ask. Are we just going to make this as innocuous as possible, or are we trying to find something out with the
Well-
spell?
I want to know the easiest way to get rid of the queen.
Okay.
Okay, let's read his test questions.
Okay.
Sure. Did I send those over already, or shall I
No.
find them? Okay. The test questions that Malcolm provided you all, like some mundane, and he wrote safe with a question mark. Questions would be like, what is my age in years, or what is my favorite color, or what is the perfect sandwich for me. It'd be all things
Oh,
that
that's
you
a good
already
one.
know, basically. Things you already know or have an inkling of that are just really mundane and silly and stupid and probably a waste of the spell. He wrote under moderate, who are my real friends? What is Doran's greatest secret? How do I make my love me back?
I cross off that one. The one
Okay.
about me. I
Yeah.
cross it off. And I look at you guys and go, no.
And then under dangerous, he writes, when and how will the city of Rosea fall? Where can I find a fortune to set me for life? And how do I kill a king and escape successfully? And then in the last column under extreme, he writes, how do I kill a god? And then you could write in any specific god there. How many living beings inhabit the known universe, or the universe as of right now? And
Wow.
then how does the world as I know it end? So basically,
I'm honestly
you
not sure
get
I want answers to any of
yeah.
those.
The idea is the more knowledge you have to pull, the more places knowledge comes from that would take to answer these questions, the more dangerous it is.
Okay.
So theoretically, if you wanted to ask something like Doran's greatest secret, that was only under moderate, because it would only take pulling knowledge from Doran to know that. That's not
Okay.
actually a very dangerous question.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean,
It would be kind of funny if you were like, "What's my favorite color?" And it was like blue. And you're like, "No, I like green." Don't I?
Alistair looking over the page is like, I actually don't know what my favorite sandwich is.
That would
Well-
be an interesting thing to know.
I flip the page over and I
Mhm.
write one. I write one space and I write Doran, and then 2 space 6, 3 space Alistar, 4 space Bess, 5 space, and then leave it blank.
Why don't we write Zelfer's name in?
Then I write Zelfer, and then I write 6, and then space nothing. And go. We all get 1 question, and then we have another question that is for the good of everyone.
No, you get 3 questions.
3 questions. That's how the spell works. Okay. Then I wouldn't do that if I remember that.
Yeah.
I go. All right. We have 3 questions. What is the first question we want answered more than anything?
Who is the queen?
All right. Who is the queen?
Ooh. Okay.
Or like, why is the queen?
We could ask, why is hysterium dangerous?
We could ask where it came from, but it would probably be the sky somewhere. I don't know if that
I don't-
information would help us.
I think, didn't we know it came from the sky?
Yeah, I mean, it would probably give us some sort of astronomical coordinates or whatever, and I just don't know what we would do with that information.
Meteor
anyway.
72 in the 4th
Yeah.
quadrant of space.
So
I write.
Okay.
2. How to fix Direwood? Question mark.
that seems like it might be a lot of sources of information that we would be pulling from.
First step into fixing Direwood.
How to create a functioning society?
But we live in one.
I
We
mean,
do?
if one of our plans is to fix Direwood, we need a good head start.
No, we live in a society.
I flick Alistair.
In my head?
I feel like that's
I
going to
deserve that.
take a lot of information sources into effect.
And we're trying for the least sources of information. For
Right.
safety's sake?
Right.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to. Yeah, we could burn it out pretty easily, is what it sounds like. How far do we want to go with asking stuff?
Maybe
Does that
we
make sense?
ask how to successfully farm here in Direwood?
Can we fix the
Well, it's-
soil?
We could have someone put a ton of jelly beans in a jar and ask the universe how many are in there.
It's not a
We
bad
don't
idea,
have
actually.
That we'd know if it's right.
We can ask if it's possible how to fix the soil in Direwood. That's a question.
I like that one better than the jelly bean one.
I do like that one. I don't
Um,
think it would pull from as much as like how to create a successful society. Like obviously a stable source of food and a source of clean water is gonna bring people here.
Okay. All right. How to fix the soil in Direwood is question 2. I hope
60
someone's keeping track of these.
I mean, it could be. I mean, I think we have to be careful in how we ask the question. I mean, what if he says crop rotation, and we're like, okay, yeah, no, duh. You know what I mean?
Why don't we ask him when the first TV is going to be invented?
What are the steps to recreate decent soil to harvest in?
So 6. Right now, what we're planning on doing is coming up with ideas, and then we leave it to you because you're the one in charge of the questions. You come up with the actual phrasing.
All right, I'm writing down
No pressure.
crops.
So, who is the Queen of Thieves? We should be very specific in these questions, because if you just ask who is the Queen, I don't know what answer you're gonna get.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly it. I also want to make sure we don't just say something like, "Can we fix the soil?" And the answer would just be yes. You know, that would be also a waste. So,
Yes, but that'd be an answer.
So I think you should ask what are the steps are to fixing it.
okay.
And then we can ask 6. You're the one taking a risk here. If you fuck up and you're not wise enough, and you could just, stop existing. Do you want to take a personal question?
Find out Doran's secret.
If we live through this, I will tell you a secret.
Okay.
Wait, really?
We can figure out who you were before.
Oh, we know who she was, right?
I was looking at you.
Oh. I don't know if I need to know that, Doran. I appreciate the thought.
Well, it's not about needing, it's about wanting. And I flick 6 on the forehead.
Okay. All right.
You're the yes, we're taking a risk here, but our risk from reading this is falling unconscious. Your risk is instant and permanent death.
Thank you. Thank you
Insta-death.
for saying that again.
That's not quite the case. The casters also have a very real chance of dying.
We're not going to think about that though.
No, we don't.
Fine.
So, okay, who is the Queen of Thieves? Do we want to know anything more about Light? Do we want to ask where Light is, or potentially how to save Alistair's father?
I say we interrogate Light after we inevitably save him eventually.
So should
I have a
I
bad
potentially ask a
feeling-
question?
I have a bad feeling about the fact that when I scryed on Light, it took me to the Queen. I have a very ill feeling about that, combined with the necklace that was supposed to prevent us from being detected. My gut is telling me something bad is going on there.
I mean,
I
and the
agree.
fact that he's been lying about who he is to everyone. I mean, Doran says, starting to walk away.
Wait, he has been?
That's a story for a different time.
No. Why ask the question if you can answer it here? Now.
Well, I'm not. I mean, I can answer things, but I mean, we're not going to ask about who he is. I thought we were deciding not to ask questions about Light.
What?
Who?
Okay, well, I'm asking questions about Light now.
Alistair's gonna kind of sit down at the table and start eating.
Lying about who he is?
Yeah.
Go on.
I was told not to.
By who?
Light.
Ooh. What is he gonna do? Fight
Well,
you here?
If he's dead, then I will tell you.
Ask
but
the
I-
universe, is Light dead?
I mean, I could ask that.
Would anyone be upset if I used a question to ask about Light?
I mean, I'm not particularly a fan of it.
How about Alistair's father?
Honestly, I think that can be left to me. I'll figure out what to do about that.
Are you sure?
As much as I love him and want to save him, I believe that stopping her is the number one priority right now.
How about something about Priest's intentions? Anybody?
That's a good one.
I kind of want to know more about Willow's.
Well, figuring out about priests would be a good choice
Yeah.
for individual people. But what do we want to find out about priests? Are their intentions with Direwood good?
Precisely. I mean, what are their intentions? Do they plan on trying to take the area over? Or are they going to take Direwood for themselves?
All right. I'm gonna sit down in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
I have a Holden, just so you know, I sacrificed the level 3 spell slot to get some sorcery points back, then converted sorcery points into a level 5 spell slot.
Okay.
And I am going to cast Commune.
Okay. Isaac, do you have any more description for this banquet hall?
Yeah, I can go into big description if you'd like. I just
If
don't
you
want to
would-
take up too much time.
No, go ahead, please. Just the banquet hall. where you're all
Basically, as
sitting.
you walk in, about 10, 20 feet in, there's the giant dark oak table with numerous chairs, like too many chairs.
Too many chairs.
I mean, the banquet, it's a 9-course meal that could feed 100 people. So,
I am 100 people.
yeah, 6 is just like. To your left, if you skirt along the wall, there's a bunch of pottery, really, really nice, almost Grecian-looking pottery. And then the double swinging doors that lead into the kitchen, or kind of like the prep station. If you continue along the right wall there's the staircase that goes upstairs. Behind that is kind of like a living room sort of area. It has a bunch of big plush, comfy chairs, and a nice fireplace in the back. I made the banquet hall. I think it was 30 by 70.
Mm-hmm.
So it's way longer than it is wide.
Okay.
No, I don't have the actual measurements. All I did was put it on a grid line on paint.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, it's rather large,
Yeah,
which you can
it's
do
large
because
enough
the
to
spell
have
does
the
not
entire-
define. Yeah, the spell does
the
not define
entire
how
banquet
big your
hall.
doors have to be. They could be so
Yeah.
minuscule they're imperceptible. So, yeah.
Plus, there's a kind of a living room area in the back.
Okay.
So that after you're done eating, if you're like full, you can kind of just go kick back by the fire, hang out.
Okay.
Skirt along in the other wall is the other staircase that goes up, and then oh, what did I put over there? Shit.
My fat,
We'll just say that's a clear wall for now.
Okay.
my fat
I have what I
rod.
need. Then Dorn, as he casts commune. I'm gonna bring him over
Olden
to
can't
Secret
speak
Secrets.
today.
Nope. Right. So, as you're sitting in this large, ornate banquet hall, surrounded by pottery, all kinds of foods, and very luxurious gold staircases, you cast commune. Once again, the familiar feeling of the world around you fading takes a hold of you until your friends are voices way off in the distance, barely whispers, and you are alone.
Is light alive?
The darkness that surrounds you in this space, the way I see it, as you cast commune, everything kind of just fades to like a dark gray around you until your mind's eyes, you're alone, starts to lift slightly, and color and light starts to return to the room, and then it very gently and calmly goes back down, and then back up and down, in a rhythmic pattern you recognize as a heartbeat. You take that as a yes.
Can we save him?
That ebb and flow of color and light picks back up, to, if you were guessing the last one was like a heartbeat, this is like a very, very quick heartbeat. And the best you can interpret that is, technically, maybe, yes, maybe.
Does the queen know where we are now?
All the light and color that was answering your questions before fades to almost pitch blackness. All you can see are your hands before you. You yourself are veiled in your own mind's eye. She cannot see you.
Tubular.
And with the spell ending, you return back to the room.
Put a lid on it.
Is there anything you guys wanted to do or talk about while he
You're
was
gonna make
communing?
me lash out at you. Sorry, I had to get one more off.
Please ask again, DM.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Is there anything you guys wanted to do or talk about while Doran was busy communing?
We kind of did that. Basically, Alistair really likes the idea of figuring out what kind of sand she likes.
Okay.
Well, Six and Bess are concerned about the questions we're asking. I mean, the more dangerous the question, the higher the probability of a bad outcome. Should we just waste our questions?
Our main goal here is to get rid of the scroll, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So why not just blow the questions?
I guess it's the opportunity of having whatever knowledge we want.
Correct. And
I feel like if we
Pandora's
utilize
box.
it that way, we're exactly doing what the queen wants.
Exactly.
Okay, so I was leaning heavily toward trying to find out more about her, but should we not?
Maybe go for something really, really easy like her real name.
I like it.
Okay. I am keeping track of your possible questions, by the way. I'll read the list back to you of the ones that seem to stick for more than 2 seconds or weren't complete
cool.
jokes. When you guys
I got
ask.
one too. Thank you.
Everything.
How big will my penis be in 10 minutes? Why is it doubling?
Well,
Holden types in all caps, ask about penis.
good news.
Yes,
You're
Doran.
The queen doesn't know where we are.
That's great. That's
Even
great.
better news. Light's
Yes.
still alive.
That is good news.
I said even better news. So yeah, of course it's good news.
Yeah.
That means you can't tell us about what you were going to tell us about. That's a shame.
Yep. You'll have to wait till he dies.
Said Light is still alive. Did you? Can you explain more on how you came about this information?
I asked my god.
Doran's built different.
Were they specific at all?
I can ask yes or no questions.
Okay.
I asked,
Is
is
he
Light
alive?
alive?
Yes.
And I was told yes.
Okay.
I asked,
All right.
can the queen see us? I was told no. And that's all I really got out of it.
Okay. Okay.
While you were away, Doran, we were talking about wasting our questions so as to increase our odds of not getting or decrease our odds of getting hurt.
Well, I agree with doing that for a point, but I do think we should at least use one as a moderate level, and I point at the list at the moderate level.
You would know the more dangerous the questions, the only person who could possibly suffer from more dangerous question is the recipient, in this case, 6.
So basically, it falls on him. It's his choice only. So 6, you get to decide on what you want to do.
I understand.
I think
Okay.
we should at least use one question to ask about the queen. Because in doing this, we are not even we are throwing away any leverage we have.
I have a question, and this may not have any basis in reality, but I remember, or I believe at one point we had a commune or a commune, sorry, not a commune, and we had asked like, is light an ally? And the answer had come back yes. Am I imagining that?
I have never specifically asked as if he is an ally or not,
Okay.
because that is always going to be up to perspective more than the god can tell me.
Understood.
Because
That's
what
good-
is
good
yes, so
point.
wasting one of my few questions, I'm not going to do.
Okay. Okay. Well, whoa.
There.
There it is.
Beautiful.
Updated. Got you.
Ooh, wine. Six
There
will
would
have
be.
some wine.
Yeah,
Like,
there
I'll
would
take a
be
couple
very, very fine
bottles.
alcohols there.
I enjoy this. Okay. Well, all right. So we're still kind of thinking about questions as we go through the evening here. Basically, we want to have just a nice long rest so that we're all rested and prepared for whatever may happen tomorrow.
So
Um,
my real thought is, if we are forfeiting the scroll, which let's check, we have the scroll, correct?
correct.
Yes.
Shit, it fell out of my pocket.
Yes, you have the scroll.
Okay.
You all go yes, and then Holden goes, "Oh, do you?"
I traded them to those men by the tavern.
I want to, if we are getting rid of the scroll, which is our one bargaining chip we have, which is
Mhm.
I'm 100% for. I've been for getting rid of it from day one. You know, I want to make sure we are getting something of a bargaining chip in response.
Okay, that's a good point.
Now, Six, again, I am going to 100%, and I push all the questions to him and put my ink and quill in front of him. It is out of my hands. You are the one in danger, not us. From asking the questions. Any question, if he picks a more dangerous question, it's him in danger, not us. So,
Okay.
you decide if you want to take a higher risk.
Jason, did you say you
I
were keeping
understand.
track as well of this list?
I do. I have a nice
Okay.
big old list of questions here.
Okay. I'll let you handle that then.
Appreciate it.
So, at this
Okay.
point, I personally believe we need to receive something if we want a chance to save one of the two lives at risk.
Understood. Understood.
Or to even stand a fighting chance against someone who knows more about our power than we know about hers.
Bess, any additional thoughts besides what we've kind of talked about?
You are the one asking these questions, and you are the one in danger. So it's really up to you.
What we
Just
all
don't-
want matters. I just want to make sure that when I ask, that I'm asking with the full awareness of how my friends feel.
How I feel right now is making sure that you're okay with this, right?
I am.
We're not pressuring you into this.
You are not.
Well, I mean, even if we are pressuring him, what else would he do during the casting?
That's a good point.
Cheer us on.
Cheers on.
Built and march around.
How tall are the ceilings in here, Mr. Isaac?
Staircase is about however big as normal staircase is. I didn't think of the
Plenty
height.
of room for stilts.
Is there stilt room? Is the question.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Plenty of stilt room. Okay. Well,
I'm gonna put my stilts on and
there's-
walk on the table.
All this food just clattering to the ground, soup
Yeah, the
spilling,
table is
and
absolutely filled with food.
yep.
I don't care.
Bess,
I'm assuming everybody's eaten.
Bess, please make an acrobatics check.
ooh.
I know I said
I like
Alistair
this.
was eating. I didn't know anybody else was eating.
I'm constantly
Oh,
munching.
6 would definitely
Okay,
have.
Okay,
Food,
Bess, you are going
absolutely.
to fall face first into a plate of food. However, you are, because there's so much food here, he made it like a veritable giant table cornucopia of food. It is just everywhere. So you're just like pushing shit over and just like, a bowl of very delicious soup spills on the ground and steam starts rising. You cook you kick a fully cooked like turkey just like off the table. Like, one of your stilts lands into it and you're like carrying it with you. It is hilarious, but you're
Holy
able to walk
turkey
across.
legs!
I kind of look around. Oh. A night.
Six chuckles.
Remind
Go
me
ahead.
not to go out to like a fancy establishment with you people.
Right back
Which
at you,
I
Doran.
am the fancy establishment.
This is the fanciest establishment
I'm
you've
gonna
ever been in.
extend my turkey. I'm gonna extend the leg, the stilt that has the impaled turkey on it, and offer it to Doran.
Thorin will help remove it and set it down and hand it to a servant to take care of.
That's a bummer. All right, I'm gonna go step on another turkey.
There's just a deep sigh. All right, so 6. I'll leave you to that.
6 is quiet for the rest of the evening, and is consistently either snacking on something small or drinking basically from a bottle of wine, just straight from the jug.
Readily
So,
available, some of the best wine you've ever had.
and he's very contemplative and he's very quiet for the evening, and he looks at Bess a lot. Just kind of you note his eye every once in a while. If you haven't looked at him in a while, when you glance back at him, he's generally kind of looking off toward Bess. But he's very quiet and very
Do you
subdued.
want to try a turkey stilt? I'm gonna do my best to get him to lighten up a little bit without being too distracting.
I will attempt to remove a turkey leg from the stilted leg of my girlfriend's leg.
Nice. Triple leg action. If you
I'm
guys
just
have
trying to
any
cheer Six
suggestions or anything that you think
Six
is
smiles.
missing, please let me know. Because
A
I can
room,
kind of mold this at will.
a room filled with mirrors.
Can
I
you mold this at will?
I can change the appearance pretty much every time. It doesn't say I don't know. It doesn't say that the floor plan is permanent.
Huh.
Maybe is it the next time? The next time you cast, you can
Well,
change it.
yeah, not like at will when we're in it, but every time I cast it.
Oh
like, the
yeah,
floor
of
plan-
course. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just wondering.
sorry,
Actually,
no,
now
that
that
was my
I'm
bad.
reading the spell description, like I've always just assumed that you had to have it all planned out as you cast a spell. That makes the most sense to me. But nothing in here says you can't change it while you're in there.
I mean,
Well, I remember when
Alistair
Thorin.
personally doesn't want to put a room of mirrors in there, but if Dorn wants it,
When Doran originally cast this from his scroll, every 3 rooms that 6 went into was a room filled with a maze of mirrors.
Yes.
And that was a specific thing he did, which would have been changing the layout,
Okay.
because everything I do was at that point was to bully 6. Not much has changed, but now I bully him in a lot smaller of a way.
Yeah, nothing in here
gentler.
says you can or cannot change it on the fly. So if I've allowed it in the past, then I suppose you could.
Bess, are you okay? Are you fending off
Yes.
intruders? Okay. Just wanted to make sure Holden didn't need to run out there. All right.
No, I was just fighting with a blanket. It's fine.
Did the blanket
Good.
win?
Yeah.
Usually does.
Ah.
So,
it usually does.
6
That's not true.
6 spends his night rather introspective, contemplative, looking at Bess. Bess spends her night trying to cheer 6 up out of that funk. Alistair, Dorn, anything?
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
You're cuter. You go first.
Alistair, go first.
Okay. Guess it's
Aw.
because I'm cuter. He would pull the tablecloth off after everything got cleared off, and since I can manipulate it at will now, apparently, there's
Sure.
a comments, questions, or concerns box there. Can I just Gesture my hands over to it and I go, hey, any improvements? Let me know.
Great.
I plan on using this every night, if not every other night, or whenever I have the spell available at the end of a night.
I immediately write a giant bust of Alistair, and I put it in the box.
There's at least one slip of paper that just says "Monkey Butlers."
Has Six ever
fucking hate
seen
you
or
guys.
heard of monkeys?
I don't know.
You know what? Sure. Yeah. Traveling circus.
There you go.
Training room.
Just like send me an actual dog.
All right. All right.
Doran will alternate between prayer, walking over, asking Six if he's made any progress. When Six says no, he goes, "Well, you better get on it then," and then leaving.
Six never
Fucking
says
rude.
no.
What does Six say?
He would say very, very sort of nondescript mystical things like, "I think we're almost there, Dorn."
Better go catch it, and I would walk away.
Doran, the
Like-
one thing I will mention if you'll be praying a lot, the only downside to this place is being in an extraplanar space and worshipping a deity that is very much tied to the material plane. You don't feel very close here.
Yeah, but I do have a chunk of pure hysterium with me.
You do, which helps. It does help.
And that is what I use, because
Okay.
even though I'm based, I would pull at that.
He's based.
He's based.
But every time I talk to Six, regardless what he says, I hit him with a punchline to a joke that was never said.
French class.
You almost finished yet? You better let him out then, and just walk away. just like, old kids telephone pranks, those
Mhm,
type of punchlines, but without ever
Perfect.
saying the joke. And that is how
Perfect.
he spends doing the same thing as Best does to try to lighten the mood, but in a much, much more annoying method.
In a much more Doran way.
Right. So you guys spend a very silly night with serious tones, underlying tones being spread by Six's vibes. But you have the temperature is perfect. Your bedrooms are lavish and comfortable. You have one of the better rests you've had in a while, if not
The
ruined
best rest
by
that we've
your
had since the
psyche.
last time in the mansion.
Yeah, pretty much. If not ruined by your current mental state. Six. So, otherwise, not that I don't think any of you need it. Well, I guess you did just cast spells. If you need it, long rest is achieved. You guys,
I had used spell slots.
a long
mean,
rest is
that's spell
achieved,
slots.
and everything is great. You wake up to a brilliant breakfast. Another table just filled with food.
Thank you, Alistair.
Thank you indeed.
Don't
sir.
thank me. Thank the butlers.
I
I look over to Butler and I go, they can thank me.
I think each and every single butler.
That is going
Um,
to take forever. There are 100 of them.
Thank you, butler number 1. Thank you, butler number 2.
Sort them into groups.
I skip butler number 6, and I look at him.
And
Look,
poof,
you know what you did.
Alistair ends the spell, and everyone's ejected into the streets.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do or accomplish or speak about before the spell is to end?
I would like to get everyone in a little tight group.
Actually, going on that, when they wake up, the table is actually a much smaller table now because he did not think about the table. He thought of grand banquet hall and a giant table. So it is actually a much smaller table now that fits them perfectly. And instead of the living room, there is a giant fountain.
There is a visible disappointment and sadness in Doran's eye upon seeing a smaller table.
I like this.
I just
small
can't
table.
please you, can I?
I mean, you can if you didn't make the table smaller.
Okay.
I was perfectly fine with the big table. What do you mean you can't please me?
I didn't shrink it to please you.
You trying to displease me.
No.
Alistair, I sent a Discord message to you there.
Is that,
For the next time.
Ah, perfect.
Huh?
Thank
Oh,
you.
you put something in the box.
A request, yes.
I also would, but I'm not writing one at the moment
Yeah.
because I am focused on playing
Yeah.
and not pee and trying not to think about how I have to pee.
Okay.
Urine.
Was there
Um,
no bathroom in there? Oh.
I would get the group together, the party in a little tight group, a huddle. And I go, oh, this would be good for sports.
Like
Every time you
basketball.
speak, I get pained.
Well, I believe this is going to be a terrible day.
Amen. Thank you, Doran, for those words.
End
There
of huddle.
was more. There was more, but if you want, if we should end it there, we could.
Please, no, I
I
apologize.
actually wanted to have, something. If
Can you tell us
things,
you love us? Because we love you.
if things go terribly, I want to thank you for telling me not to rob widows.
That didn't stop you.
It has. I have not robbed a single widow
You've
since I met
robbed-
you.
That's fair. You're not robbing a widow.
No,
You're
she
robbing
just is led to believe that.
No, you're robbing
Anyway.
a widow of her dead husband. But go ahead.
Hello?
Hello.
Go hello. Hey
Doran.
Blake.
Blake.
Hey Stinky Blake.
Blake.
And he's
Yo,
gone.
he dead.
Hey, Holden, I like your shirt.
And-
Thanks. Represent.
What's it say?
It says
Is that the shape of Minnesota?
it might be.
He's repping for my work.
It,
Oh,
it-
very nice.
hold on.
You okay? Oh, there. Oh,
Baby, hunch your shoulders forward.
there we go. All right. It says Minnetonka Bank.
That's the one.
It's very small.
Did you
on the
did
screen.
you know that
Cool.
Minnetonka was an actual place in Minnesota?
Oh, yeah. I used to live in Minnesota.
Oh, okay. You did?
Well, in Illinois, but very, very close. Yeah.
I
have
used to
family-
live in
that's-
Minnesota. Well, not Minnesota, but Illinois. It's
Not
pretty much the same
Minnesota, Minnesota. I lived in Minnesota light.
thing.
I have
Minnesota.
a lot. Still to this day, a lot of family in Minnesota, so I felt like I lived there for a while.
That's fucking awesome.
It's a beautiful place.
Not Minnesota, but like California. Blake!
He says internet just went down.
Well, this is a good time.
In the middle of the huddle.
Yeah, we're all just waiting
In
on
the
Doran,
middle
who's
of
just
the
standing
huddle.
there with a grin on his face, like,
He's holding up a finger, like,
Wait
go
for it.
ahead,
Wait for it.
anytime now, Doran.
Wait for it. The moment will be right.
Oh.
Wait for it.
hello? Nope. Nope. That was him leaving.
Isaac, I've got Bill's
Yes.
cipher on my water bottle.
Nice. I think I saw that when I was down there.
Oh my god.
I'm so jealous of that water bottle. I need stickers for mine, but I don't know if the stickers will work on it.
They should.
Yeah, but it's like super shitty plastic.
Do you want a sticker that says I never went to Uvu Javar?
Yeah,
Great.
I don't know what that
I'll
is,
give-
but that's great.
it's a vine.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen an Uber driver? I've never been to Uvu Java.
Or a sticker that says these are my Crocs.
That's actually really funny because I used to wear Crocs, and I had one orange pair and one red pair. Or no, an orange pair and a purple pair. And I always
Harley
used to wear
does
one
it.
of each to piss people off.
Charlie wears her orange Crocs everywhere.
They're so comfy.
Are they really? Are
Yes.
they really?
You guys are
Alright.
non-believers. Can't
Aren't they just
respect it.
straight up rubber?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
How could that be comfy?
Not my pair. My pair was foam, idiot.
Mm.
So is it the foam that's comfy, or is it like the fit? What makes them so comfy?
Man, I don't know. There was just something about slipping on a Croc.
Slipping on a Croc.
Yeah. Just throw that shit on. Hey, where are you going?
Whoa.
Doesn't matter. I'm in my Crocs.
Got my
Ground
Crocs on.
slippery. Put the strap on the back. You got 4x4 drive.
Oh my god.
Hello?
No.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm on my
Hello?
phone. I can't use Roll20, but I'm on LTE on my cell phone.
Doran.
Welcome back.
Welcome.
About what I got.
Hey, so we were in a Doran huddle.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my internet's gone, but at least if I was in Winona, I wouldn't even have power, so we're on a bright side that I'm not there.
Actually, that's kind of true.
Well,
All right.
see, if you were here, you wouldn't even have a computer.
Your ass.
I'd disappear.
Well, if things do go bad, I want to thank you all for helping me out and being good friends. And I'm sorry that this might go really bad really quickly, and we could all die.
You're really not inspiring optimism.
No, but I'm saying what I mean.
He's being truthful. I appreciate that, Doran.
And then I'll take a piece of paper, Holden, and I will write the truth that I know about light on it, and fold it up real nice and tight, and put it in my bag of holding, and go, if I die, you guys can read that.
You should put that in the complaints box.
We're not
No.
gonna let you die, Doran.
Well, if I don't die, then you guys won't get to know. So we all
Yeah, this
have
is kinda-
we all win in some way.
Doran, is this an incentive for us to let you die?
I hope not.
It is
Kinda
not.
what it sounds
Doran,
like.
and you don't have to worry about that in case anyone was mistakenly being serious.
Yeah, who would do that?
I look at Alistair.
I'm sorry, your table comment got me real angry.
Sorry that you made the table worse.
I'm sorry that you won't appreciate a smaller table.
Doran, I think we should just be grateful for the time here that we've spent together here today. And last night.
And the day before?
And the day before.
Wow.
And all of the ones before that. All of them. All right.
Does anyone
Good
else
huddle.
have anything nice to say?
Doran, we're not gonna let you die. Alistair, we're not gonna let you die.
Yeah, we won't let him die.
We're not gonna let you die. It's gonna be okay.
Well, I mean, how much of it is letting each other die, and how much of it is just... Okay. Fair point.
I appreciate you all in ways that you will never know. You have all changed me along our adventures together. For the better, I would like to think. And let's not die.
I agree.
I second that motion. Let's not die.
Cheers.
Cheers to not dying.
And
let's go meet your friend,
good luck.
who I've never met before. He sounds like an interesting fellow, and very pretty.
He is.
Not all a
um,
twink.
Alistair he gets this look on his face that's like, oh my god. And then he thinks for a second and sends a message to Ravina. I forgot to send a message to the Cloaked Rangers.
Oh, you're the worst.
We have
Mhm.
a friend coming in. Is there any chance you could meet him? Like, soon?
And he's coming. Tell them where he's coming from, so they.
Coming from Eustaria. It would be very helpful if he could have an escort. It is dealing with the queen. Keep a low profile.
I'm almost certain that was too many words, but keep up or
No.
whatever. I wasn't keeping track, but okay.
It was
Message-
exactly 25.
Sure.
No, it wasn't.
The message gets across, and Ravina. You sent it to Ravina?
Yes.
You do feel the message get across.
Okay.
Is there no answer?
There's no answer.
That inspires fear.
Maybe send one to Sam?
Yeah,
Who
I'll
might
cast
not
it
have
again.
run off after her father? Because his father has been dead for a very long time.
I'll cast it again and send it to Sam.
Are you saying pretty much the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Sam does respond.
I'd say this pretty much the same thing, except Is Ravina okay?
You just add that at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. This time being sure to hit 25 words. Blake, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Internet came back up.
Cool. Sam would respond. Yeah, this really weird dude showed up this morning looking for you. He seemed to be in a hurry. Can you come pick him up? Wait, no, he knows. He
Wait.
knows Zelfer.
Sam
He
knows
kn-
exactly
He
who
knows
he is,
Zelfer.
yeah.
No, damn it, never mind. Scratch all that. Sam knows Zelfer. He might have said that anyway, but no, Sam knows Zelfer. He'd be like,
He might have said that
so
anyway.
actually, yeah, he might have said that anyway, but no, Sam knows Zelfer. So actually, thank you for reminding me. The response would be there'd be like about a 30-second pause, and you just hear, "Yes, Zelfer's here. Thanks for the heads up. He's waiting for you. Don't know what the fuck you guys are doing, but can you come get him?"
Yeah,
Does he
'cause
answer anything about Ravina?
He's real antsy.
last time they saw each other,
And then
Sam saved his life.
yeah. But can you imagine what would happen if they saw each other again? So, there's a brief pause, as if he's realizing, oh yeah, you asked the second part of the question. He goes, "No idea."
How do you not know?
Let's head back then.
Time to go on a field trip. Time to go on a field trip.
I wonder what's inside it. Wait.
Can't go over it.
All right, let's start moving out to get. How far do we have to go?
Just to shine bright, essentially. Or
Do we want to haul our everything all the way there and back? I mean,
yeah, that's an interesting
This is
question.
hard. Actually, let me.
Splitting
wait.
up. Splitting up might be dangerous.
How many of us are there? There's 5 of us.
4.
There will be.
5 including Zelfer.
Hot chocolate.
Dude, doesn't it just warm your heart?
Have the
Everything.
spell non-detection.
On detection.
Can I,
Okay.
if I cast that at a higher level, can I hide more than one creature from divination, Holden?
That's a very good question. I will answer for you in just a moment.
Thanks, honeybee.
You're welcome.
I ain't talking to you, bitch.
No, it is only one creature.
Even if I cast it at a higher level?
If that were a feature of the spell, it would be listed on the spell, which it is not.
Okay.
I could cast this non-detection spell enough times to cover us all, but my magic would be a little bit depleted.
Then let's not do that.
It would be for 8 hours, which a trip back to Shinebright's only going to be at a normal pace, usual pace, like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's-
okay.
Are all of our supplies for this spell well hidden, like in bags of holding and such?
Yes, we can just put my bag of holding inside of 6s and boom, they'll be double.
Let's
hit.
not do that. And boom.
And boom is correct.
Oh, okay. That's just an idea. Yes, mine is very well hidden.
Okay.
The best you have the scroll, is that correct?
Hell yeah, I do.
Hell yeah.
Let's move quickly.
Let's do it.
I hate to ask you to do this, Alistair, but could you cast that spell that made us really quickly? Move very quickly, and we could move very quickly and get there quicker?
Yeah, I don't really think it's that fast, but yeah, I can.
Any extra speed is probably beneficial at this moment.
Alright, I will cast Acceleration at 4th level. Not Acceleration, whoops.
Okay.
Everybody just flings forward 10 feet. My
Okay.
bad, misclick.
So Alistair ends the spell. All of the
Oh, yeah, do we
luxurious.
walk out? Sorry. No,
Oh,
go
you're just
ahead.
gonna walk right out the front? Yeah, you just walk out right out the front door, and you watch behind you as the last person steps out from absolute nothingness. You are out of this luxurious mansion full of everything you could hope for, and back on the Well, actually, let's see here. Back on the very dark and cloudy morning streets of Direwood, right next to Ground Zero again, and having been away from the haze for so long, all of a sudden, as you all step back out, you take a breath, you're like, oh, God, and it starts burning your lungs immediately again. There's no rain to dissipate anymore.
Smell of hysterium in the morning.
So, Alistair casts Longstrider, and you guys are going to be moving quickly back to Shinebright?
Back to shine bright.
Yeah, as we step out, I kind of shake hands with one of the servants who looks a bit different than the rest. I say, thank you for the meals. And then I step out and shut the door, and I tap my cane and it vanishes. And that's what I was going to say.
Very well. Then he casts Longstrider, and I need everybody, if you're moving at a quick pace with Longstrider, just roll me 1d6 each.
I'm gonna hit the enter button. Boom, I hit it.
I
Yeah,
rolled a
well,
3.
Hold on, I didn't even think. If I was in Winona, I wouldn't even have power to play D&D.
Yeah.
Surprising. Things never work out in my favor.
I don't know if power's been restored yet or not.
The email I got from Winona said it wouldn't be back on till 10.
Ooh. I mean, that's coming close, but yeah, yikes.
Late night Saj. 10 to 11.
Hey Siri, roll a die 20. 3. She said 3.
3
That's
it
what
is.
you got.
Are you taking that? I like that.
I mean, we are taking it because he rolled a 3 anyway.
Nice.
Actually, with that,
Blake, roll die 20. Okay.
Longstrider, you guys will make. You will. Okay, so here's the thing. Because you have Longstrider, you begin to make your way north. It is basically a straight shot north back to Shinebright, essentially. So you make your way through the streets very quickly with Longstrider. It'll only take you about an hour and a half or so to get there. However, about halfway there, about a quarter mile before you reach the gates, the northernmost gates of Direwood that will lead you out toward Shinebright, a roving pack of rats begins to give chase. However, you guys can fight if you want, but because of Longstrider and the quick pace you're moving at, you'll just be able to outpace them.
Yeah.
I wave them, just
Yeah.
very friendly.
Yeah, and all
As
these
we-
rats
as
with
we go by.
spears and rock slings, like they're rocks kind of flying by you, but none of them are hitting you. You give a friendly wave, and all these rats angrily start chittering out, and best you can hear some rat curses.
I'm gonna curse back at them.
Holden,
Tell
Yes,
them to
Holden.
go away.
I can understand them now.
What?
Oh
Remember
my
my
god.
level?
He leveled up.
You can understand them now. So, 6, you also
For the
hear
first time.
rat
all suddenly this
curses.
Voice?
Yeah. You can hear these rat curses like, motherfuckers, get back here, you cowards! Ah, we're gonna rip you apart! All these rats shouting out at you in anger.
I'm like,
That's the
Bess,
shout
they're
right
saying
back.
things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Come on, shout back at them. Go away. We don't like you.
Have a
Ugly.
good day.
And as
Six,
Bess
why are you- Why are you doing that?
How can you do that?
I can understand them now.
I'm gonna say in rat to 6. Can you actually understand rat now?
I respond, yes.
And the thing is,
Wait,
Bess,
so he can hear and speak all languages?
essentially,
Uh-huh.
basically, the thing is, Bess, it's not perfect rat. It's not like he studied and learned rat. It's just he makes rat-like noises, and you feel a connection with him, and you can just understand what he's saying in rat.
Weird.
That's nutty.
Yeah, I don't have the language perfect, or anything like that, but it's key-based. That's... my mind is blown. 6 is like, what?
So you guys, as you're being chased by a horde of mutant death rats, you're just having this moment like, oh yeah, cool, and you'll just keep running with your extra speed. You'll be a little tired from the jog by the time you reach Shinebright, but you guys will reach it within about an hour and a half, and you do. So here's where we come to an impasse. Blake, this is up to you. Do you want me to play Doran? Do you want me to play Zelfer? Or do you want to try to play both?
I can do both because Zelfer won't talk much.
Okay. Then, how does Zelfer greet the guys?
Oh, hi, everyone.
I
What can
walk
these
up,
two?
massive,
I-
massive
he-
hug.
He hugs much skinnier than everyone else you've hugged lately. Hugs back. Hi. Why am I here again?
We're gonna save the world.
Am I going to die?
That's not. I
There's
don't
a 25%
think so.
chance if
I
things
like
go
those
bad.
odds.
We missed you.
How's the wife?
The who?
Oh,
The sister.
yes, the
Do I have
sister.
a
That's
wife?
right. No, sorry.
Married?
Just a child. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
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 Oh, never mind.
I have many questions.
It, the field wench, that you know.
And Zelford all sets in real quick. You remember your adventures, and you remember that one strange lady that for some reason took a liking to you.
Anyway, she doesn't know you're here.
Cast sending.
Oh no. Okay.
No one ever told me. I'm so sorry. I will see you soon and make it right. I'm so fucking sorry.
You'll,
This is shit.
you'll watch him start breaking down and sending this message.
And then I look at 6 angrily.
And as you look at 6 angrily, your eyes widen as the response comes in. You leave me for months, and you say you can make it right? Zelfer, I swear when I see you, and I'd better see you, I swear I'm going to... And then the message cuts out because she doesn't know she only has...
5 words.
Best would smack 6 and say, why didn't you ever tell me so I could tell him?
6, how much gold do you have?
I thought we all knew. Why am I the only one that knew this?
6, how much gold
I
do you have
didn't
on you?
know.
6, how much
I
gold do you
have.
have on you?
I have. I'm looking for you. Don't worry. 13 gold pieces.
Well, that's gonna be... Give me 4.
What?
Okay.
Alright, that's gonna start the payment back for you dumb shittery. And Zelf just... Okay, what are we doing and when are we doing it? I have so much I have to deal with now.
Doran's just looking on in, like,
Doran-
entertainment at this.
Doran's just smiling. Doran's
Yep.
having a fucking
Yep.
time of his life. Which was the
We
opposite
should
of how I thought
introduce
this
you guys.
Well, I'm Doran. Nice to meet you. I don't really care. There is a moment of Doran going, "Ugh. Okay," and he will take a step back. What am I doing? And are we doing it now? Because now I have to go and get screamed at by a woman who is pregnant with my child that someone seemed to know about and didn't tell me.
I thought everybody knew.
But no one thought to tell me?
I didn't know.
I don't have that spell. How am
I
I
don't
the
even
only
know what
one?
we're talking about.
Well, it's okay. We'll leave it here. It's 6's fault, but I'm not.
That had happened when we had split up the group for
Yeah.
some reason.
Of the people who are... Of the party members who are here currently, 6, you are the only one who knew. I'm pretty sure you're the only one who knows.
That is probably my bad.
Alright, so what are we doing?
Okay, so
Uh,
we found this spell scroll. I'm not going to take it out right now, but we found this spell scroll in this spooky library,
Should
and
we be talking about this out loud? Just out here? I mean, should we maybe find a space?
Doran's gonna walk over. Well, we have a thing that's very important. We need multiple casters because it reduces the chance of your friends here dying.
I'm sorry,
No.
Bess. I didn't mean to
Zelf,
cut off
no.
your description. I was
you're good.
worried
You're good.
here.
Zelfer nods and goes and just gives him a thumbs up.
Doran, I could recast the spell on the office.
Then we are, well, when we recast the spell, we're casting the important item of mass importance.
Destruction. Yes.
Oh no, I mean my spell that prevents scrying.
Well, I mean, what do we want to do this now? Get it over and done with, because that man with the unique eyes that are very pretty, has business to attend to.
Of course.
Six, are you ready?
I don't see any good in waiting. Bess, are you ready to do this?
I was born ready.
All right, Alistair,
I was not born ready, but I am ready.
let's go do it.
I was born 3 days early. All right. Mansion us. Do you mind?
Mansion me up, Dad.
Yeah, let's go outside first.
Oh, sure.
We
That's
are
fine.
outside.
Well, actually, we could just do it in here.
No one would expect a mansion inside a building.
All right, then let's do it.
Oh. Ooh.
No? What?
No. Hold on. Alistair's he kind of starts thinking, and he goes, "Wait.
Hmm.
Hey, Holden.
Hey, what?
Hold.
Yes. What? 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 Do I need? Do you
I
need
have,
to?
no,
secret
I have
secrets,
to
or
make
what?
sure of something.
What do you need to make sure of? What?
If I cast Private Sanctum and make a room private like that, I can cast Magnificent Mansion inside of it. Neither one of them are concentration.
Okay. But planar travel is blocked within the warded area, so you cannot, because you would be. It is an extra planar mansion you're creating. You could not enter the mansion.
I
So-
decide what sort of security spell it provides.
You decide. Oh, so you could allow planar travel, then you could put it down. Yes, this is possible. Whether or not it would actually ward the mansion within, though, is a different thing, because
I
it's
have
extra
a feeling
planar.
it wouldn't. But we couldn't be scryed on, even if someone were able to scry on us.
Yes,
inside the
theoretically,
mansion.
you could once again go into Light's office, cast the spell again, and then cast the mansion, and nobody would be any the wiser, no matter what. If you allowed planar travel. Yes, yes. So you could have a very secured, magnificent mansion casting. Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So Alistair has a bright idea. He leads you guys back to Light's office, casts his private sanctum again, and casts Magnificent Mansion. Okay.
Here we
So-
are.
Once again, as you enter the mansion so basically you had a luxurious night in a 10-star hotel, and then you had a hour and a half perilous journey, and then you're back in that hotel. Are there any changes?
Yeah. If you, when you walk in, you can actually see that it is like luau themed.
Ooh.
Like there's
I like this.
the staircases are still the same. The staircases are gonna be permanently there. I like the staircases being permanent like that. Same with the lounge area. But in the simulation room, now there's a bonfire with an entire pig roasting on it, and there's tiki torches everywhere. That's really the only
Very well.
difference.
So, in this luau-themed mansion,
The 6 on the wall, that was blank. You do notice a small bar.
Yes. There is a tiki bar. I'm excited.
seems a little
Yes.
odd to,
Zolfer touches everything.
yeah.
As we walk in, I kind of look over and go, "Sorry, luau night."
I like it. I like the theme.
So in this
smells
luau-themed
good, too.
magnificent mansion, you guys are casting Power Word Truth?
Seems to be our decision.
Okay, you know the first step is to draw a hexagonal shape of at least, I think it was huge size or large size. I'll have to double check here. With any material, what material are you gonna use to draw?
Chalk.
Gravy.
Do you have chalk?
I'm assuming
Gravy.
there's chalk in the mansion. Since anything can be.
I'm assuming he can manifest chalk.
Can I
There's
manifest chalk?
definitely gravy.
A servant
Like to
brings you
manifest
chalk. A servant brings you
Nice.
chalk. Sure. Yeah.
If he
okay.
can manifest the book he's read, I'm assuming chalk is not
Yeah.
out of the question.
From
We
the
just-
art room, he was kind of vaguely thinking of that one time. He's like, sure, that's a thing now. And now here's Chuck. Sure.
What gravy?
Okay, we draw the hexagon in the courtyard.
I like the idea of gravy.
Okay. Together, you guys
You know, I
draw.
could have just drawn in the dirt with my cane, but this works.
You guys draw a hexagonal shape to Malcolm's
the courtyard
specifications.
Is
In the
clear
courtyard?
and completely flat.
Perfect. Then in the
Before
courtyard.
we
Yeah.
go to the courtyard, I would very much like to kind of glance at the selection behind the bar and then just grab a bottle at complete random and bring it with me.
Sure.
I wonder what's I'll
taking
take
a
that.
couple swings as you guys draw the hexagonal shape to Malcolm's specifications. There are various patterns and runes within it that you have to kind of look at his chart in reference, but easily done between the 5 of you now. Then the next step, as you all know, from reading the description, is to make sure everybody has their personal effects.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Does everybody have a personal token,
Yes.
including
does.
Zelfer?
Zelfer pulls out Friend or Foe. How to Make Friends, which is
Oh,
the book
boy.
he's written himself since the beginning of his time here.
Okay.
One of the most sentimental pieces of items for him, because it is how he feels he's made these friends that surround him today.
All right. And Doran has his playbook.
From yep.
Bess, what are you offering?
My stilts.
Your stilts.
Oh.
Ooh.
6, what are you offering?
A set of bagpipes from an old friend.
Very well. And Alistair, what are you offering?
My cane.
Your cane. Okay. Everybody has their personal effects on them. The next step is for the recipient of the spell to be placed in the center of the hexagon, holding the 500 gold worth of diamonds.
We just start throwing diamonds. Throw all the diamonds on 6.
Well, I
Here's
mean,
6, take
to
it.
be fair, that's actually not a shit ton of diamonds. Like, he could probably hold it in one, like, outstretched hand. With his bagpipes kind of
alright.
in the other, around the other.
Kind of
Steve-
as this. Go
I
ahead.
just the diamonds are split up, so I want to know who is supplying what here.
Doran.
I did not have any of the diamonds.
I had a lot of the diamonds on me, and
did
Doran
not
had
have
the
diamonds.
remainder on.
I don't think
On
Zelf
him,
had
so-
any diamonds.
No, but Zelfer seeing people handing him stuff would hand him a small knife.
Thank you. I had
Just
that.
because Doran, that's how Doran works, is seeing people do things with his lack
Zelfer?
of social yeah, Zelfer
6,
is
you can add a dagger to your inventory.
Nope, not dagger, small knife. From,
Small knife.
Small knife.
so it doesn't do any actual damage.
Thank you. Thank you. I put it in my belt.
Okay.
So-
And
how
as
much?
this is going on, and
How much in gold
ahead.
did you have diamonds of, 6?
I had on me. Well,
Oh,
let's see.
I don't think I actually told you guys who had how much, huh?
No.
No, I
we-
didn't.
I-
That's
I
my
had
mistake. No,
the-
my mistake. You
No,
guys
I'm
I
had
had
sure
the
you did.
larger amount.
No, I
That's
don't
it.
have any
no,
amounts. in
no,
my
I did not. I have my
inventory.
notes right next to me. I literally just kept track of it. You have 825 gold worth in diamonds. 500 can be handed to 6. Who is holding on to the rest?
I thought you said that they each had a certain poundage.
No, that was
Well,
hysterium.
It was a rough gold amount.
Couldn't he
Gotcha.
hold more? Could he hold more? Weren't we told if he held more, it could make the spell
He-
more successful?
Not
That's why
necessarily, but he could. I mean, he could hold more. You know, if you
I
guys
have
want
an
to use it
extra
that way.
100 gold, basically. Just
Are
Okay.
we using all 100, 825 gold worth?
He no, keep a couple hundred gold, right, Doran?
yeah, we
With
should
the
give some
diamonds?
to your friend that you wouldn't tell that he has a kid.
Zelfer.
Yeah, that one.
You mean Zelfer?
Zelfa. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to know
Um,
who has the
all right.
rest, the 325.
I
Doran
will keep
does.
325 on me.
Okay, Doran, you have the extra 325 gold worth. The rest is in 6's hands. Next is placing the hysterium, 10 pounds worth, surrounding 6, which you guys can relatively easily do. I think 6 had exactly 10 pounds on him, and
Yes,
Doran,
and
you
I had
had
I
the
had
rest.
10 pounds.
I had
Right.
I
six
kind of
pounds.
hold everything, and I have my bottle in my hand because I'm.
I take them and spread
Yeah.
them.
So 6 holding bagpipes, a bunch of diamonds surrounded by the original hysterium in the center of this hexagon. Doran, Zelfer, Bess, and Alistair. each of you having seen the incantation to cast this spell take places on opposing corners from each other of the hexagon. And the 4 of you, if you're ready, would you like to begin casting the spell?
Before they begin casting? Sorry, Beth?
You go. You go. You spoke before.
Just the kind of the last thing before the process begins here. People begin starting their spell. I think only Bess has seen me do this. No, Zelfer has also seen me do this at this point. I'm going to use a ability. I'm going to paste it here. There we go. This is alcoholic attunement. And so basically, I'm going to drink about 12 ounces of alcohol and temporarily shift about 12 points of dexterity into wisdom.
Jesus.
Can you wait, hold on.
It's how we wrote it, so however you want to make it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine.
Wait, it's how we wrote it?
Yeah.
We wrote this?
Yep.
I don't remember doing this, but okay. Okay. Okay, Drunken Master swap 4 or more points. There's a 50% chance that he or she will lose consciousness for 1d10 rounds. So...
Per point swapped.
Per point swapped.
So
you
that
want
would
to
be
swap 12?
rounds. That's
Do
what
you
I was
still
gonna
want to
do.
try to do that?
I would like to try to do that. I mean, I need my wisdom here. I need to be my wisdom to be as good as it can be for the next few moments. And then I assume if as long as everything goes well.
So
Then you can pass
basically,
on. He's playing Russian roulette.
per point swapped. Okay, so basically odds are you're going to lose consciousness.
Probably. I get 12 minutes essentially. Does the spell appear to
It will work. It will work, but that's just I'm just telling you you're going to lose consciousness. But it will work and you can still make the saving throw. But you're physically going to be unconscious, which will the spell will still work.
Do you tell any of us that you're doing this?
I would, yeah.
Okay, because if we use the spell and then you just pass out, that's like, oh shit, we killed him.
Right. Well, shall I do less? Shall I do 6? Just an edge, a bonus edge for these?
I think a bonus edge would be better, and I'm also going to bestow you with Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
So you have advantage on Wisdom and Death saving throws, and you regain max hit points from any healing spell.
Wow. All right.
Nice.
All right. I will do 6 points.
Okay, so
I get about 6 minutes.
Okay. But then that would still mean you have to roll. You have a 50% chance on all 6, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can roll 62s and hope for all 2s. You might as well. Why not?
Yeah. So, I mean, okay. Should I definitely stay conscious for this? Should that be the?
I would think it'd be preferred if you stayed conscious.
You guys know the spell will work if he's unconscious, but you don't know what other effects it might have.
Right.
This is your call.
The more points I swap, the more minutes I get. So, I don't know. What do we think? Beth?
Honestly, if the spell still goes with him being unconscious, then I don't really see an issue with it.
It's up to 6. He's putting himself at the risk here.
Okay, I'm just gonna do 2. 2 points.
Easily done. You take
All
one
right.
full shot, and you add a +1 to your wisdom temporarily.
All right.
The spell is rather quick to incant, so you will have it
Okay.
for your throws. So once 6 informs you guys that he feels prepared with what he's done, you begin the incantation.
Starlight, star bright.
As you begin
The
with
music-
the incantation, There is an air of anxiety hanging about you. You recall Malcolm's warnings and the dangers of casting this spell. You're all too aware of, but you continue nonetheless. With everyone in position, you speak the words Malcolm has devised for you. You offer up your tokens, and there is a moment of pause. Your tokens, after a moment of nothing happening, you all look to each other wondering if it worked. All disintegrate into dust in your hands, along with the diamonds and hysterium. The dust begins to glow colors unlike anything any of you have ever seen. Colors you feel are you're not supposed to be able to comprehend. Colors nearly indescribable, hardly even characterized by the word color. This dust slowly spreads evenly on the ground around you, as if swept by a very concise wind you cannot feel, until it takes the exact shape of the hexagon you have inscribed on the ground, covering your markings exactly. The hexagon now glowing, there is a silence. And another moment of looking about, wondering if it worked. Then you all begin to notice the clarity of your visions begins to dwindle. Life begins to look less like life and more like a sloppy work of art. Realistic, but not very convincing. Then the colors begin to fade. Then all of your sensations begin to fade. And then there is nothing. When you awake, well, awake isn't the right word. Your eyes aren't open, but you can see. Well, you can't see. You don't have eyes. But visual representations bombard all of you nonetheless. You are drifting in the cosmos. Or at least it seems as if you are. The stars and celestial bodies you've never seen or heard of before you are moving quite rapidly. But you feel nothing. All of you are nothing. You are aware of the presence of all of your friends, but there is no physical presence. You are a group of drifting consciousnesses whipping through space at an alarming rate. You have no control over anything. It is now that you hear a voice. Much like the colors you saw before that couldn't be quite defined as colors, you now hear a voice that you would define much more as abstract thoughts. Those of you who have communicated with higher powers before are somewhat familiar with this process, but it is different. It isn't emotions or vague messages and visuals that you're receiving and that are communicating with you, but it's abstract thought. Abstract thought that somehow melds into concrete ideas and things you can understand as words. And what you understand is this.
Visitors. This is rather uncommon. Few have tried, and fewer still have succeeded. What brings you to me today?
We seek knowledge.
And all of you hear Six's voice plainly.
So I understand. A strange thing you have done. A stranger process still, but I will hear you. What knowledge do you seek?
The one known as the Queen of Thieves. In Direwood. What is her real name?
There is a pause that either lasts a few moments or a few hours. Time doesn't mean much in your current state. None of you are bothered.
The Queen of Thieves, as you know them, goes by many names. The real name, as they might tell you, is Thalen. Thalen Dier. That is their birth name, at least.
I will put that in chat for you.
Derriere.
How can we save Commander Light?
Now I like to consider myself harsh but fair. The question you ask is much more tricky than you think. Are you sure you'd like to ask it? As I said before, would you like to ask it?
Yes.
Very well. In order to save light, you must save the Queen, for they are one and the same. If you would like to save your friend, you must convince him that he is who he is, and rip the Queen from his many personalities. Otherwise, he is lost to the personality that binds him now, the personality you know as the Queen.
What is Alistair's perfect sandwich?
Alistair does not know it, but he would enjoy toasted rye with salami, turkey, provolone cheese, Swiss cheese, and banana peppers.
Now,
Thank you.
is Six the only one who can hear this stuff?
No, you can all hear it. You're all here. In fact, now you think about it, you could probably speak as well.
Alistair kind of thinks just like he goes, fuck, he might be right.
And you all hear this. Even though, Alistair, you think you're thinking it, as you think it, you all hear this.
Sounds delicious.
What
Thank
is-
you.
I just
Now,
know provolone cheese.
a strange thing. This spell you have found in your possession. I believe it only offers 3 questions. Now, if I wanted, I could cast you out. I could wipe you from existence. There are many ways this could end. Now a question for you. How do you want this to end?
With all of us surviving.
With the city of Direwood safe from all foes and opponents and dangers, and the people that live within able to live their lives happily and safely.
Happily and safely. You must understand, how you define these things will vary from day to day, from person to person, mind to mind. I will take this into consideration, and perhaps, if your wills are strong enough, I will spare your lives for this transgression, this interruption of my work. There is only one all there is. Good luck with this mission of yours. I will be waiting in great anticipation to see what you do. Mistra will be waiting. Bess. Chosen. The Rock will be waiting. Doran. Leader. Your parents will be waiting, Alistair. Learner. And your destiny will be waiting, Six. It will be waiting.
Zelfer peeks up and goes, "Is the snake lady gonna kill me when I die? Is she still gonna? Is she waiting for me?"
What awaits you, Zelfer, is a tough road. The hardships of being a father. The hardships of being a caster in a magicless land. The hardships of living a life you didn't know you had. I cannot wait to see what you do with it. Now, I have important business to tend to, including your own. Goodbye.
I love you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, God.
And as you all thank this strange
Praise Jesus. Amen.
voice. As you all
Zelfer
thank
will
this,
go on to found Catholics.
you hear your friends' voices. You hear your friends' voices saying thank you, and they echo and echo as it feels as if your consciousnesses are being drifted apart, and the speed at which you are passing these celestial bodies is rapidly increasing, and it increases and increases until everything begins to redshift, until everything is not dots of light in the cosmos, but streaks, pillars of light, until you've gone so far so quickly that your entire field of vision is nothing but white light. And it is at this point you're all going to return to, well, not the mortal, not the material plane, but this extraplanar area where the magnificent mansion is cast. And it is at this point I need every caster to roll 1d4, and I need 6 to roll 3 wisdom saving throws.
He does have advantage on the first one.
You have advantage on the first then.
The first one is for Doran,
Uh-huh.
so the second one is for Zelfer.
All right. Are we
Yep.
ready?
Yep, 3 wisdom saves, and you have the
wisdom
+1 on
save.
top of your already high modifier. Let's see it.
Wisdom save 1.
Okay.
That's good with advantage.
20.
I'll keep it. Wisdom save 2.
Come on, 6.
22.
Oh, baby. Come on,
And
6,
wisdom
third one.
save 3.
Oh, 18.
Now, is that with your +1 already added in, or are we adding the +1 on
No.
top?
We're adding the +1 on top.
So an 18. 20, 22, and 18. Right then. As these streaks of light encompassing all of your visions take over, and your minds begin to wonder about everything, the white slowly transitions into your vision back on the not the material plane, back at the mansion. Very vague dollops of color of the flowers outside the mansion begin to enter your vision, all of you, the casters anyway. Doran, Bess, Zelfer, and Alistair. Everything is bleary. Your minds are wandering. It's like you're having the worst hangover of your life, and you're all sat down as if you'd fallen back after casting the spell. And you begin to squint and look over at each other, realizing you're all still alive, but only barely. 6, on the other hand, is unconscious in the center of the hexagon. You do
I'd
not
like to
know
go-
what ill effects have befallen him, but he is unconscious.
Can I wake him up?
Can
What?
you wake 6 up?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Can I go check to see if he's still breathing?
Make a medicine check. 23, not bad. You rush over, still, honestly, you start as like a crawl because you still, like, your hands, everything about you is tingling, and the sensation of reality is still coming back to you, but you start crawling, and then you shakily get back up, move over, and collapse over onto Six, and you just press your ear against his chest. Very, very faintly, along with some very hip-hop music. Very faintly.
Is that
It's okay,
on my
guys.
end?
Yeah, I
He's
guess.
vibing.
Very faintly, there is a heartbeat. And then you move up toward his mouth. Very faintly, he is breathing.
Someone should heal him.
Yeah, I can do that. I have to pick what spell to use. Give me just a moment. Give Clara a
I will
moment.
give you, since you got a 23, I'll save you the time. He does not need to be healed. He is in fine health. But your knowledge of the scroll and of the spell, you know he's going to be unconscious for 7 days. He should be
I should
okay.
have just swapped like all 12 points then.
And then hope that being unconscious at the start of the spell wouldn't have any effects.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been
Yeah.
valid. I would have allowed. But regardless, based on your knowledge of the spell and your medicine check, he's going to be unconscious for 7 days. And at least based on Malcolm's work and what you understand, that should be the case. And he should be okay when he wakes on the 7th day. Probably.
I'd relay that to the group.
Was there any way to skip the 7 days?
I don't think we should tamper with things any more than we already have.
Agreed.
I don't want to put Six's life in jeopardy.
Is the I'm sorry.
I was
Is there
actually
any?
no. Thank you for mentioning. I was going to say with the scroll is gone. The scroll was used.
It's a good thing.
I will hand Zelfer 125 gold worth of diamond for his help and tell him to skedaddle.
Well, you're in the mansion. I mean, he could just leave.
Zelfer will take it, hug everyone, and head off to Priest to see his pregnant partner.
I'd
Very
like to
well.
extend a hand to him before he goes, and it's a pleasure to meet you. You're a wonderful caster.
Thank you. You're probably better than me, but I can do fire stuff.
Have I heard anything about the fight between Samael and the other guy?
Sure, why not?
You're the guy who destroyed Samael, right?
If this fucker didn't cheat, and he points right at Six.
I have a feeling I'd lose to him, so you have me beat there. But either way, good
Well,
luck on your travels.
I
I
would.
don't. You go best.
I'd give Zelfer a really big hug and say, keep in touch.
I would. I don't anticipate honestly going back to Eusteria. They don't let me do magic, and I have a kid, and I don't know if she's gonna want to go back. So I have enough diamond here. I might start up in Priest, but we'll see how things go. Is this stuff
Six
real?
says.
Real? And he grabs one of the wine bottles and shatters it on the bar and goes, "Oh, that's very real." And he's gonna leave after that. He just never being in this. He goes, "Is this real?" Picks up wine bottle, shatters it, goes, and skedaddles.
With a very Zelfer goodbye.
If you're staying in Priest, Boiling Boar's always got doors open to you.
Did their wine bottles shatter the way these ones do?
I think all wine bottles shatter pretty much the same.
Okay. I mean,
With that very Zelfer goodbye, he exits the door. You all watch as this glimmer of light appears and he walks out. Zelfer has left. Presumably back into the relatively safe space of Shinebright to make his way to Priest.
with
And
a lot of gold worth of diamond.
With a lot of diamond. With that, as Six lays barely alive, unconscious for presumably a week in Alistair's magnificent mansion, or at least until that disappears. The rest of you, bleary, half here, shaken but alive after the casting of Power Word Truth. That is where we're gonna end for tonight.
Put my finger in Six's ear.
I was
You
flying
can.
away.
And
Don't
then
touch
you
my
can.
man.
Well, congratulations! You have found one of the longest withstanding mysteries of Direwood.
My goodness.
Actually, is it okay to say one thing to the party before we cut?
Go ahead.
I could stay here for the week and continuously cast this so it has permanent uptime. We could stay in here for the week. It would just be a very
Honestly,
boring
I
week.
think that would be our safest option.
What
we
am I
don't-
talking about? I can make games and stuff in here. Yes, it's the one we won't be boring.
We'll talk about. I think we should sit and have a conversation about that
Yeah,
while we draw smiley faces on Six's body.
I'll keep it up.
Don't touch my man's.
I don't have to
Noted.
touch him to draw smiley faces on
We
him.
can only draw dicks.
All his tattoos have already formed into penises just all over the place.
His body in anticipation is like, no, I'll do it first. You can't draw dicks on me. I draw dicks on me. Right. So
Fuck
with that,
Doran.
the plan roughly being to stay in Magnificent Mansion for a week to allow Six to recover from the casting of the spell. Hope he hasn't suffered any more ill effects. And possibly come up with another plan, your next actions. All of you will have quite some time to recover from this in the Magnificent Mansion, even if you only stay for a few more hours, depending on what you do. Congratulations. Well done. Well done, all of you, on surviving.
That was a great session.
That is where we'll end for tonight. Yeah.
Cool.
Started off rough, but we got there.